Welcome back, my friends. Type conversion in Python is the process of converting a data type into another data type. So implicit type conversion is performed by a Python interpreter only, while explicit type conversion is performed by the user by explicitly using type conversion functions in the program code. What you are trying to do is to state that I am expecting this type of data, but just in case I don't get this, proceed to convert this type of data to this other type of data, right? So it can be like a string. I want it as an int. Pass it into an int, and of course, it has to be a string that contains valid numbers within it, so that by the time you convert it into an integer, it works perfectly. It can be it can also be an integer that you want passed on to you as a string, and you can basically just specify that yeah, what you have is an integer, and we need a string for it. Okay, so looking at the example we have on my screen, you see I have x, which is an int, represented with a value of 20. I have y, which is a string, and this time I can simply pass the value of s to y as a string. So if I proceed to check the type of y, what you see is that this is then telling us that let's see, Python 3 main, we have a class of string, even though initially the value of x was int, because if we proceed to run this again, you see that initially x was an int, but when passed to y, it was passed as a string, which means y has to deal with the fact that its data type is basically a string. All right, so this is basically how you perform that type um, conversion, right? If you have a specific type that doesn't work, you're going to get an error, obviously. So if I have mav, for example, which is a string, and I try to pass mav to int, of course, which is not possible at this point, you're going to get an error because you're trying to do something that doesn't work. So it says value error, invalid literal for int with base 10 mav. All right, so that shows that we have a type conversion error, and we have to proceed to fix that. All right, so in the next video, we are going to be speaking to control flow in Python. I'll see you there.